Sophia.
My name is Motia.
And my name is Sarah.
So today's lesson we're gonna show you how to do
Light and dark
reactions occur in photosynthesis. So let's start. All living things are either heterotrophs or autotrophs. Hetero means other and trophs mean food. So heterotrophs must eat other foods for energy. So a rat might eat plants, seeds and insects, and you might eat carrots or hamburgers or ice cream. But your body needs to consume food for energy. You can't just create energy out of the thin air. No, that's a trick for the autotrophs. Auto means self and trophs mean food. So again, autotrophs make their own food. This doesn't mean that plants can cook. It means that they can take water and carbon dioxide and the energy from sunlight and create sugars for themselves. And then heterotrophs take advantage of that and eat the plants and get the sugars from themselves. Autotrophs use a process called photosynthesis to create energy molecules from water, carbon dioxide and sunlight. For every 6 water molecules and every 6 carbon dioxide molecules and the energy from the sun. Plants can create 1 glucose molecules or C6H12O6 and release 6 oxygen molecules. So this is the phospholipid bilayer that represent a thylakoid membrane inside of a chloroplast. This is an electron transport system embedded in the membrane and this is ATP synthesis.
This is photosystem 2 and its wavelength, and this is photosystem 1. So the electrons of photosystem 2, it absorbs light to become an energized electron. So after it become energized electron, it will transfer through the thylakoid membrane. And the photosystem 1, when it absorbs the light and electron becomes energized, it produces NADPH from NADP. So in here the photosystem 2, when the electron be accepted, the water it absorbs light, it absorbs energy from the light, then it breaks down into oxygen and hydrogen gas. Here is where the hydrogen ions comes from, and it will become more higher concentration of hydrogen ions to make ATP. Higher concentration of hydrogen, it makes ATP in the protein membrane. Here is the protein membrane where ATP makes. So ADP plus Bi makes ATP. And here is the lower concentration.
Next, we will move on to the dark reaction in plants, which consists of the Calvin cycle. In the Calvin cycle, ribulose 1,5-biphosphate from cell respiration, or you can call it RUBP, will combine with carbon dioxide, which is also a product of cell respiration, to form 2 molecules of 3 carbon molecules. These two molecules will be reduced by two ATP molecules, which will become two ADP molecules to become two molecules of biphosphates. This process is called reduction. ATP stands for adenosine triphosphate and ADP stands for adenosine diphosphate. The ATP molecules came from the light reaction, which produce ATP in the thylakoid membrane. The mentioned two molecules of biphosphates will become two molecules of glyceraldehyde triphosphate, which is in the middle, and this reaction turns NADPH to NADPH plus molecules, which there are two. The NADPH molecules come from cell respiration and also the light reaction and produces NADPH plus, which will be supplied back to those systems and it will become a cycle. In each Calvin cycle, the molecules of glyceraldehyde triphosphate or G3P will supply one of its molecule out of the cycle to form glucose. 3 Calvin cycles are required to form 3 molecules of G3P. So 3 molecules of RUBP will be required, 3 molecules of carbon dioxide, 6 molecules of ATP will be used, and 6 molecules of ADP will be produced, 6 molecules of NADPH will be used, and 6 molecules of NADP plus will be produced. The next steps are reactions to regenerate RUBP. In this cycle, RUBP is constantly regenerated to produce G3P and to make use of carbon dioxide, ultimately to make glucose. In this reaction, 3 ATP molecules is used, so 3 ADP molecules is produced and 2 phosphate molecules is produced. So there are 3 steps: carbon fixation, reduction and regeneration of RUBP. That concludes the Calvin cycle.
Thank you for watching.